So we are back again on the Transformer Slag podcast, and we're going to be talking about the Transformers 40th anniversary trading card Kickstarter. We have Mariano with us again. We're probably by the time you guys will be seeing this, we're going to be in the final handful of days. And we just kind of want to talk about some new stretch goals that are going to be added to it, some brand new announcements, and just do a final reminder of the last few days to remind the few people that haven't backed it yet to get on that because it's a crazy set. But first of all, Mariano, thank you for joining us again. How was New York Comic Con? Because you were just there just a couple, like 48 hours ago or so.
Daniel, pleasure to be back with you, and hello to all your fans. And again, thank you everyone for the support that you've shown this Transformers trading card campaign on Kickstarter. Fabulous.
Almost at a
Absolutely fabulous.
quarter, almost at $250,000 now. It's kind of
It's,
crazy.
it's,
I
it's
know.
huge. You get
Yeah,
it? Transformers huge. It's
huge.
huge.
It's huge. So very, very
San
cool.
Di- so New York Comic Con.
Yes,
I almost said San Diego Comic Con.
that was.
New York. They all blurred together.
They
No,
do.
New York Comic Con was fabulous. It's always an amazing experience. Uh, it was packed, tons of people, everyone having fun. I spent a lot of time in Artist Alley this show,
Mm.
so I sort of bopped around and checked in with artists that are doing work on the set. My brother Fabian is in New York Comic Con, so
Big
I
name.
checked in on him. Jim Steranko was there, so I just kind of floated around and just had a good time. Great show.
Yeah,
Mark
Arthur Art
Gandolfo did work
Arthur
for us.
Adams was there. I saw who else was there. Arthur Adams was there. I saw Eric Larson. There was all the big names are out there.
Yes, Eric Larson was there. Chris
Yeah,
Claremont was there.
Chris was
Ton of
there.
people.
Yeah,
Ton
great
of
show.
people.
Great show. Yeah.
I actually wanted to say hello to Chris, but his lines were like
Oh, I could only imagine.
wrapped
Yeah.
around the block. I couldn't get to him.
With all the X-Men stuff now, the new cartoon
Yeah,
that was all based on his stuff, you could only imagine the attention he's getting now. But yeah,
yeah.
another legend. But so great weekend for you. That's awesome.
It was fun, yes. And I made it back alive in one piece
I
to
could only
sit
imagine.
down with you.
Yeah.
And forget New York Comic Con. This is the highlight of my weekend. Let's be real.
No, if you say so.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. But so let's talk about it then. As it stands right now, we're at like 240,000 as of this recording. Obviously, will probably be up since then. We're almost reaching at 1,000 backers now at this point. Again, as of this recording, it probably will be more since then. And we have some new stretch goals because the previous three got totally crushed very quickly. Like within, honestly, the first two stretch goals got crushed in like the first 24 hours that this thing went live. And then afterwards, it then did the others too. And you guys kind of put some new ones together to give some more extras to people who already backed at this point, absolutely free included. So that's pretty cool. So, what are some that you have planned?
That's the key word, Daniel, because I started by saying that we're deeply appreciative of everyone that contributed and everyone that's supporting this campaign. And everyone's thrilled. Everyone at Hasbro is thrilled. Everyone at Dynamite is thrilled. I'm thrilled. It's just been a fabulous outpouring of love and support. So you use the word free, and I really want to hark on that because for me right now, this is done, the set's designed, we're in production, I'm working with the printer, we're just, it's all now fait accompli, as
Mm.
they say in Latin. So what is left though is free stuff for everybody that has supported us. And you said another key word. We're almost at 1,000 people. Maybe by the time this airs, we will have cracked 1,000 people.
Probably,
So
yeah.
that means that those 1,000 people are going to receive exclusives, free exclusive stuff that isn't available in the set and isn't available to anybody else in the world. So that excites me, being able to now say, all right, the sets are real, everything that's on that page is real, it's all happening. What can we do to give back?
And just to interject, because people were messaging me because they had questions after we did our previous segment. They're like, so because they were again, some people they don't understand. So there's a retail version, there's a collector version. What's this Kickstarter then? And I was explaining to them like the retail version is if you just want the box and get the core cards, like just the core cards that are in the set here. And then, but if you want something, if you're like, a hardcore fan who wants something extra, uncut sheets, the special binder and stuff. And again, if you back the Kickstarter, all those little stuff that are going to be only available with the Kickstarter, these are cards that add to that set that you could only get through that. And I don't want to talk about secondary market value too much, but that's where, you find those really tough cards afterwards. If you want those Kickstarter exclusive cards, it's either here or eBay later. And I promise you they won't be free on eBay, so
For us, we're catering to collectors, and we're catering to giving collectors something that they want, which is exclusive material, limited
mhm.
run material. So to that end, exactly what you said. There's a metal card subset. That's one of the tiers. So let's say, okay, I love metal cards. I'm a collector. I love metal cards. I want those metal cards in my collection along with the rest of the stuff because no one else is going to be able to get those metal cards other than here and now on this Kickstarter. Wonderful. On top of that, now they're going to get all the stretch goals that have been previously released, plus new stuff that's going to be released. And previously, it's a roundabout answer to your question. Previously, we had released vintage clay stock paper material, and that's a subset. Now, I believe that's now up to 6 cards.
We're up to 6 right now. Yep.
So that's a nice little subset in anybody's 9 card plastic sleeve in their binder to go along with this set, right? So now we're about to unleash an all new round of material, and that is signed um, cards by a humble and appreciative artist. I actually start with the pencil layouts, and I have an inker, a finisher, Joe Del Beato. Now, Joe Del Beato actually did work for Hasbro back in the 80s. He did not do work for Transformers, but he did work for G.I. Joe and he did work for Marvel on other projects. So we brought him on board to work with me on this. And another longtime collaborator who's also from back in the Marvel days, all the way back to the 90s, Wilson Ramos Jr. So the three
Mm.
of us sort of pooled together and created some art that has been put together for the set. So now we've taken that art and we've retooled it, reimagined it, and created a special exclusive card for the crowdfunder. Now that I, if you read the updates, you'll see that it's been announced as a Megatron card that I will be signing. What is unknown at this time, but I'll give you the scoop since this is going to air later. But what's unknown at this time is that we have a follow up signed card, and this time to create a sort of companion piece, we're releasing Megatron.
An
So
Optimus card with the Megatron. Yeah.
an Optimus, right? An Optimus uh, Prime card signed by me. And then the next round, the next stretch goal after that, which hasn't even been announced yet. Maybe by the time they see this, it will be announced.
Maybe. Yeah.
It will be Megatron.
Yeah.
And this way, there are now 2 signed cards that everybody gets for free. So
Awesome.
again, it's all about trying to give back. It's all about trying to satisfy the high end collectors that are looking for fun stuff.
Well, it's because I mean the original goal when you guys started this whole Kickstarter was, hey, if we could get 20K, we could get started. And it definitely has been a lot more than 20K. So this is a way for
Mhm.
you guys to give back, and say, hey, we're going to give you all this cool signed material and all this original art stuff and all kinds of new things, and
It's
special
true.
stock cards and a lot of great
It's
stuff.
true. It's true. It's true. In 1984, Hasbro launched the Transformers. So we thought for the crowdfunder and this 40th anniversary, it would be fun to use the number 1984 as the stretch goal. So the stretch goal was $19,084, I
Something
think,
like that, yeah.
and it was a play on numbers for 1984, the year that Transformers was launched. So
Hmm.
you're right. We kind of surpassed that by a bit. So
Quite a
it,
bit.
it's been it's been
Quite a
fun.
bit.
It's been
Every
fun.
time I look over, I'm like, damn, that's a lot. But yeah, so like it's really cool that we're going to get those extra cards too. So again, anyone who has backed it up to this point will get the six different clay cards, which is Optimus, Bumblebee, Starscream, Mirage, Soundwave, and I know I'm forgetting one. I guess Megatron, yeah, was the last one. So those going to get they're going to get those six, and now depending on if those other stretch goals get hit because they've recently been added. The first one being the 300,000, which right now we're 70,000 off, but that could change very quickly in the next couple of days, especially in the last few days of the Kickstarter. Those will be added if those get hit. Again, signed cards, extra bonus, again exclusive to the Kickstarter, which no one else will be able to get. No retailer purchaser will be able to get that. You know, strictly a Kickstarter exclusive item, which for card collectors, that's everything. And when you think about it, I mean, let's be real. Let's think about it, like even from a number standpoint. Let's say hypothetically, only we get like 1,500 people that back this. Let's say then that means there'll only be 1,500 of those in circulation. You
That is
know,
correct.
so that's a very low number for cards. You know, usually when you do numbered cards, sometimes you get 2,000. Yeah, the one of ones and all that crazy stuff too. But even 1,500 is not a big number. So to get on these Kickstarters, you'll have a very low number exclusive card, hand signed, kind of thing with new art. And that's really, really cool. That's very, very cool stuff.
I've got my signing pen ready. I'm ready.
Great
We'll
stuff.
just make it happen.
Now, you mentioned this to me off air. Is it 100%? Will you be at TFCon Baltimore in the next 2 weeks? Is that 100% confirmed?
100,
You're
100%.
100%. Okay.
100. Wait. I was going to add a disclaimer here. 100%
Okay.
is a tough. Can we say
Okay.
97.5? Can we say that?
Okay, we'll go with that. So, because I don't want to make promises to people, but Bob will be there. Bob will 100% be there. He is confirmed.
If Bob Budiansky's there, I am definitely there. There's no
He's that
question. I
he's
can't
definitely
stay
there.
away.
I,
I've
he's
got to
that
be there.
he's got a booth. I'm gonna go bug him about Sleepwalker stuff later, but and his
I
old
love
ghost
Sleepwalker.
and his
I
old
was
Ghost
thinking of
Rider run.
using. Yeah,
Yeah, that was his jam back in the
that's his
90s. That
baby. Yeah,
and Ghost Rider. That was like when he did Ghost Rider for a hot
yeah.
second. So that's why. So I'm gonna bug
Talented
him.
guy. Talented guy. He's
You're
done a
gonna
lot
see
of things in his
I
career.
wish I had them with. You're gonna see me come up to him with old Impel trading cards and Sleepwalker stuff at a Transformer convention. I'm always the weird. Like again. I'm not gonna deny my hobby, but
Uh,
what at the
Nothing weird
show,
about it. We love it. I'm with
yeah.
you.
But at that show, I'm gonna ask for the other stuff because he's a really talented dude, really really cool dude. Um, actually, what's funny? Hold on a moment. I just want to just grab something interesting. One moment. One moment. I got this signed by Bob not too long ago. This was issue number one signed by him. That's in a
Oh
Mylar, so
wow.
it's kind of hard to see. Again, because I see Bob maybe like here's a humble brag, maybe like 4 times a year. So
Nice.
just by doing shows,
You
it's just
see
it's
him more than I do.
probably it's just because when you do all the cons, he's probably going to be at them. And so every time I see him, it's like, what am I going to get signed this time? I don't want to bug him. I hate to be that guy who brings a stack of stuff. So I'm more the mentality, since I see him so many times a year, I'll bring him one new item every year to get signed.
Look at the bright side, Daniel. When this set comes out, when both of these sets
Oh,
come
yeah.
out, when all of these Kickstarter perks come along, you're gonna have a ton of stuff for Bob to sign.
Got to get him that one to sign now, the card. Got the comic. Now I got to get the card signed. But yeah, I
Hold
mean,
on, humble brag now. Speaking of humble brag,
what do you got?
hold on,
What do you
because
got?
now we're further along in production than the last time we spoke.
Awesome.
So bear with me. As off camera, I'm
Oh, it's okay.
sifting through cards.
Meantime, just to show guys on camera. So these were the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive ones that were available. These were promo cards, which I believe are kicking around in the secondary market if you're a super completist. But there was that set of four. So that's to kind of give you guys a bit of an idea of what is the set going to be about. Oh, what do we got? Oh, look at that. You got Headmasters issue number one. That's very
Yeah,
cool. Who's that signed by? Is that signed
Captain's
by
It's Bob.
Oh, it's Bob signed it.
These,
Okay,
these are
cool.
genuine Bob Budiansky
Oh,
signatures.
Headmasters #1. Love that issue. First appearance of Hot Rod. My favorite character. That's really cool. That's
Another Bob signed card.
what do we got?
Have I got him? Oh, there we go.
There we go. There's the I think it's 53 with Jesse and the Seacons. Very
Number
cool.
47.
47, excuse me. That's awesome. Very, very cool.
We'll be right. We'll be correct for the record here. Yes, 47.
47,
Almost
okay.
said 41, but 47 it is.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Are those going to be like some of the hand collated inserts, I guess?
Yes.
Very cool. That's the scraplet issue with Blaster. Very cool. That's awesome.
And not to be outdone, there is the others. Actually, I believe these are in the deluxe set,
Mm.
and these are in the
Oh,
collector's set.
there's
So
the
these are the ones that are randomly inserted
inserted. Those are really
in the
cool.
packs.
Is that
Yeah.
Bob art? Is that Bob's art on that one?
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
Bob art.
yeah.
Okay.
This is Bob
Because
Budiansky art.
that's a line art I'm not familiar with that one. That's why I was like, I don't remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Bob
Bob.
was kind enough to do some new artwork for this set for us.
Very cool.
So he's a tremendous talent, a writer, an artist.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing because with Transformer fans, we're so used to him as a writer, as a creator, that people don't realize how much art he's done throughout the years. That's the wild thing. Like, it's something where and he's done some Transformer art officially, but just when you think about the 40 years he's been part of the brand, he's been mostly a writer. That's kind of I mean, his work just with copywriting, with whether it be trading card stuff or bios or packaging. I mean, with Hasbro back in the day, like he's done so much of that people don't realize he could also draw, you know? And it's wild. So like to see him now finally doing a lot of Transformer drawing after all these years is great to see also.
So this set gave us the opportunity to display some of that stuff because
Mm,
it's funny you mentioned, yes, artist. He's done comic book interiors, he's done covers. Um, but what a lot of people don't realize is that editors at Marvel, and I'm assuming now editors everywhere, but editors at Marvel and editors at DC back in the day in the 70s, 80s, 90s, they also, especially at Marvel, worked with the Stan Lee method. And Stan Lee was both editor and art director.
mm,
So Bob would use his art talents to create layouts for other artists to follow,
mm.
the ideas and concepts that then would then be turned into finished covers, not necessarily by him. So there is a treasure trove of that kind of stuff that we've sort of taken a look at and pulled and figured out, okay, let's show the progression of this cover from layout to
And
pencil to
and that's
inking
going to
to
be
art.
exciting stuff because that's a lot of stuff honestly the Transformer fandom has never seen before. Like
Correct.
you would think we've unearthed everything at this point, like every single prototype image, every single like sketch from throughout the years. Sometimes once in a while something will leak onto eBay. Oh, we found this line art page from like 85 or 87, but there's a lot of stuff from that Marvel side that has not been unearthed, so that's going to be a lot of cool stuff to see for the first time through the
And
set especially.
along came Dynamite.
Yeah, exactly. So really, really,
But
I'm,
wait, before
yeah.
before we get away from the signed cards, I have to be fair to Mr. Simon Furman,
Oh
and now
yeah,
these are in house.
the creator
These
cards.
are
Yeah.
Simon signed cards,
So we got a bludgeon, we got a swindle. That's very cool. Very, very cool.
and I will give you Nightbeat and Muzzle.
Nightbeat. Yeah, Nightbeat's my boy. I like Nightbeat. Yeah, that's a good one. That was one of Simon's best characters, in my opinion. Matrix Quest, for those who know, some of his best stuff during the late Marvel run.
So it's fun. It's fun to see all this stuff pulling together. It's still in production. We're still pulling it all together, but it's fun to have it all becoming a reality, and especially thanks to the fans and thanks to everyone that contributed to help make it a reality.
Yeah.
You're making this reality.
Yeah, it's great stuff. And again, those last couple of days I'm sure are going to be wild, like it always is with Kickstarter. So I'm pretty sure those other goals are going to get hit. I don't want to make guarantees, but if history has shown anything, it's probably going to be the case. And again, anyone who hasn't backed it yet, definitely go check it out. I'll put a link in the description of this segment, and I'll also put it as the pinned comment. And you could go check out the Kickstarter and choose what stage you want to back it. Again, I suggest personally, people, if you're going to back it, look at some of those other extras too to add to it, because those are the real money in my opinion. That uncut sheets, that's the frameable stuff, the metal cards, the binder, like those are the cool unique things that you won't be able to get anywhere. You won't be able to go to your local card shop and pick that up. You won't be able to get that at Walmart or Target on some kind of blister pack. That's going to be exclusive to the Kickstarter. So definitely tune in to the Kickstarter before it finishes. By the time this segment drops, let's hope the next 3 days or so, definitely back it and look at some of those extras, because those are going to be some cool exclusive stuff to add to your collection, especially as a Transformer fan and a card collector. But yeah, anything else you want to say, Mariano, before we bid you adieu?
Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean,
Yeah,
that was a professional wrap up if I've ever heard one.
I'm the hype man. What do you want? But again, thank you for coming by and letting us know about the two new stretches and showing us some of the production and the progression that we have at this point. I just wanted to also touch base with how it's been in NYCC, because it was a very wild weekend for all of us, of all the reveals and all the cool stuff. And I hope to see you at Baltimore and around.
So
Yeah, that'll be really cool to have you down there in person. And yeah, but otherwise, again, thank you for coming. And again, check the pinned comment below. Check the description of the video if you want to participate in the Kickstarter, and just give it a little click and check out what you want to back. If you want to do the normal box set, the collector box set, if you want to add stuff, it's all there. And if you have any other questions, just comment below and I'll try to guide you guys in the right direction. Anyways, this is the Transformer Slag podcast, and this is the awesome Mariano from Dynamite. And again, Mariano, thank you for joining us.
thank you, Daniel.
No
Very
problem.
much.
And we'll talk to you in the near future.
Autobots, roll out. It's the 40th anniversary of the Transformers, and we're celebrating 4 decades of robots in disguise with a massive trading card set. The Transformers 40th anniversary trading cards feature art from early G1 characters and concepts to the newest iterations. This card set has it all. Limited edition subsets, autographs, original art sketch cards, and more. We've created the ultimate trading card celebration set to complete your Transformers collection. You can get special super limited deluxe card packs, or boxes of traditional card packs, or even extremely limited collectible subsets that are going to be impossible to find. We have autographed cards by voice actors and one of the original architects of the Transformers comics, Bob Budiansky, that are incredible collectibles. Check out all of the amazing options here on Kickstarter and help us to unlock some out-of-this-world stretch goals exclusive to Transformers collectors here on the platform. This is the Transformers collectible you've been waiting for.